Hi, I'm Devin Dean, Content Director at ProjectManager.com. Today we're going to talk about building high-performing teams. Now, over the last 20 years, I've had the good fortune of working with individuals and bringing them together in project teams, business teams, and sports teams. From my early days at the Naval Academy through my career as a Marine officer, as a professional project manager, and most recently running professional services organizations. There's three items that I have found to reuse many different times to help me build those highly performing teams, and those are the three items I want to talk to you about today. So the first one is about building a high-performing you. Next, it's really about getting the right people for the job. And lastly, it's about empowering your team. I'll go into a little bit of detail with some stories on each of these, but I really want you to remember those three key points because those are, for me, I've learned those are the most critical aspects to focus on when you're building a high-performing team. So first off, about building a high-performing you. Now, all your project teams, your sports teams, your business teams, what they're looking for in the leader is really to be that person to step up. It doesn't mean you have to be the loudest person in the room, but it does mean you have to have the most confidence because that's what your team is looking for you as their leader. You have to exhibit certain behaviors about yourself. Make sure that you are consistent in those behaviors, and also you have to have that positive energy because you really are that foundation for the team. They're looking to you to sort of have that energy that you radiate out, and for them to sort of radiate it back to you. If you're negative on the day, we all have down days, your team will pick up on it. If you're really positive, maybe a little bit too cocky, a little bit over the top, they'll also pick up on that and react accordingly. You've got to have that consistent level of positive energy for them to capture. Now, about the behaviors we talked about here, really what they're looking for in their team is someone that they can trust, someone that's fair, they're consistent, they adjudicate when that needs to happen and sort of reward also often and early when those sort of special members stand out and work together as a team. They're looking for someone to, I guess, be the judge and jury on aspects and also be the ultimate direction. It's those behaviors that you need to exhibit that you want your team to exhibit and behave as you do, which comes to the last point. Really, about behaviors, it's about leading by example. Now, once you've got a high-performing you've got that positive energy about you, your head is clear, you're in the game every day that you're in front of your team, you can then also think about building that team around you, getting the right people for the job. It doesn't mean always getting the most experienced people, though. Don't confuse experience with output. What I've found in my career is that sometimes those people with the most experience can actually cause you the most problems as well. They're the ones that have got the delicate personalities that you have to manage every day of the week. They're not always the people that are going to perform the best for you. So when I grow my team, when I look to get a team together, what I look for is getting the people with the minimum skilled requirements, so they've got the competencies to do the job, but they also have the maximum positive energy and potential. That's what you're looking for at 1 a.m. in the morning when you've got to deliver that software product into production, or in the middle of the day when you've got that crisis meeting with the chief executive. You want those people who can carry themselves well, who have that positive energy and that can go the extra mile. It's also about building a culture. You need a culture of people who can meld together, right? You can have people of different races, different backgrounds, but really you as the leader set that culture and establish that warm, open environment where your team can actually try things out, can fail, can pick themselves up again, and start achieving again as a team. You want them to work together. You're not looking for a group of individuals who are trying to outshine their other team member. You're looking for people to come together with no egos in the way, who will come together and perform as a team. That's also effective when you look at sports teams. If you look at, for example, teams that bring a lot of highly competent people together, let's say on the basketball court, the rugby field, or the gridiron, if you see a team that actually just assembles really good individuals, you'll find that they crack under pressure. You'll find that a lower skilled team with a lot better attitude, a lot better synergy in working together can often defeat your most highly paid sports teams. So what you're looking for when you're building your team, like I said, is you want the minimum competencies, those people who can achieve the job, but with the most maximum positive energy. Lastly, one of the key points I want to leave you with is about empowering your team. I've seen this before. I've seen dictatorial project managers or dictatorial business leaders or sports teams captain get out there and expect the team to do everything in their beck and call. That's not an effective way of building a good, high-performing team. A high-performing team is one that is actually empowered to make decisions on your behalf. They know what you're thinking. They know what the objectives of the project or the sports game would be, and they can act as individuals with the mission in mind to actually achieve the goal. You're not requiring them to go back to you for every single decision. You're empowering them to make those decisions. They won't always get it right, but what you want them to do is actually exercise good judgment and wisdom and make the best decision they can on the day. Because a good decision, or a timely decision, is much better than no decision at all. If you have a bunch of robots, people who aren't taking the initiative, then what you'll end up with is, again, a whole bunch of individuals who have to come to you for making every little decision. As a project manager, you're going to be in a million different places at a million different times of the day, lots of project meetings, lots of communication going on. You're not going to have the time of day to make little decisions that your entire project team has to do. So if you empower them, create the culture where they are actually allowed to make decisions in a certain way, in a certain area, then you're going to actually you're actually going to get them to work together a lot better as a team and actually do what you want them to do without you even having to give that direction. So just to bring it all together, my method, my 3 key areas for building highly performing teams is: first, make sure you're a high-performing you. You've got the right energy levels, you've got the clear mind, you're confident, you're leading by example. The rest of the team will take up on your positive energy and radiate back on the job at hand, on the task. Secondly is make sure that you get the right people for the job. Forego those highly experienced people with the massive egos. Steer well clear away from them. Get those individuals who are competent in what they do, but more importantly have that positive attitude and can go the extra mile. And lastly, make sure you empower your team. Make sure they know they can take the initiative, they can take decisions in your stead, and they can carry through on achieving the objectives of the project. Thank you for joining me today to get my ideas on how to build high-performing teams. For more tips and how-tos and all of your online project management needs, please come see us at projectmanager.com.